This is a story about plates. No, this is a story about salad. Croutons?
Nope.
This is a story about our environment. We'll get there. Let's rewind. For anyone who's been to the Charlotte campus, this is a pretty standard scene around lunchtime. But here, one group of RVers saw the opportunity to start a movement. And one of those RVers is named Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack West, and I'm a senior associate on the Red Digital team. I started during the pandemic and only moved to Charlotte about a year ago. I was definitely looking for more ways to get involved in the RV community.
Thankfully, there are more than a few ways to do just that. On Thursdays, Jack plays pickup basketball, where he scrimmaged with everyone from new associates to the co-founder. RV also has a whole host of interest groups and employee resource groups. But this story isn't about any of that. This story begins with a book club? A book club.
I've always been passionate about sustainability, so I joined the Earthline Slack channel.
Earthline is RV's unofficial interest group for sustainability. Recently, a small group of Earthliners started a, you guessed it,
Book club is a great place for us to talk about both the book that we're reading and then a lot of larger topics and themes around sustainability. What we've found is that often translates into little ways that we as individuals can make an impact in our day-to-day lives. Looking around RV, one thing we all noticed was the amount of single-use plastic that was being used and thrown away on a daily basis in the plaza. After the third or fourth time we talked about how much plastic there was, I decided that I would take on the responsibility to start driving that change.
There was just one problem.
We had no idea who to talk to about this, or really even where to start.
My name's Nate Healy. I work in our financial services vertical. I'm also part of the Earthline Book Club, and I have some experience starting things.
In the 7 years he's been here, Nate launched RV's first basketball league. He's coordinated several fundraisers and found ways to get the whole company involved. He's even convinced coworkers to rappel off the side of a skyscraper for a good cause.
The first step really is to find and identify what you're passionate about. The second step is to find a group of others or community that's passionate about it too. From there, you identify a problem or opportunity that you think is actually solvable. Come up with a few realistic potential solutions or even an action plan. And once you have that, all you really need is an introduction to the right people.
After talking with the group, Nate Healy put me in contact with Sarah Gordon, who runs the Ilios Cafe, and Madison O'Kelly, who leads RV operations. Thankfully, everyone was very open to meet with me, but we had to work through lots of logistics and budgetary concerns.
Hold up. What was step 3 again?
Come up with a few realistic potential solutions.
Ah, yes, the action plan. Here's how Earthline came up with theirs.
I'm Lorena James, and I'm an Associate Research and Insights Analyst for the CNET Group. I studied environmental studies in college, so I was really excited when a coworker told me about RV Earthline.
My name is Garnet Brown, and I am Associate Product Manager on the Bankrate team. Lorena and I both started through the launch program over the summer. There was a new hire lookbook, and I saw Lorena's slide, and she had mentioned she wanted to start a community garden, so I reached out to her over Slack.
I felt really great. I felt like I was joining community or adventures that would be willing to support ideas that we just sort of threw out there, and it made me feel like I could pursue this idea with a team instead of just alone. Plus, it turns out we had both just graduated from Davidson, so we had that connection too.
During onboarding week, I noticed a lot of plastic that was going to waste. I talked to one of my coworkers about it, and she was like, "You should meet Jack West." In one of our conversations we had around the plastic containers here on campus, I suggested we use the same to-go containers that we use on college. I reached out to the dining services team at Davidson to learn about the system they had used.
The cafeteria manager at Davidson was able to walk us through their system, and we were able to borrow some of those concepts.
We thought, no one's actually taking their food to go off of campus. They're just taking it to their desk.
And in a way, we already had reusable to-go containers. So the challenge now became 2 parts. 1, get plastic out of the cafe, and 2, encourage people to use the plates that we already had available.
After meeting with the operations team, it was feasible to replace the plastic containers with recycled cardboard, if they could make the financials work.
We learned it would be a 10% increase in cost for the cardboard containers, which made it even more important for people to start using plates instead to help offset the cost. We had to get the word out, so we looked for help communicating campus-wide.
Hi, I'm Sarah Harris, and I'm also part of the book club. I'm the proud mom of a tadpole. His name is Crunchwrap. Because of him, I wanted to learn more about the environment. A fun fact about tadpoles, a tadpole is a baby frog, but a toadpole is a baby toad. Oh, I'm also on the corporate communications team, and I specialize in getting the word out. I compiled the information that Jack gave me, and with the help of my teammate Andrew Blackwell, we designed a campaign that we thought would be fun and memorable.
So here we are. Since Jack and team introduced the cardboard to-go containers last November, more people have been using our reusable plates. So much that we have offset the 10% cost increase. Less waste, same cost. Success.
Seeing Jack drive real change in the cafe, it made me realize that we can actually create change at Adventures as long as you speak to the right people, you have enough energy behind your initiative. So that definitely made me more inspired to bring up my community garden idea again. The goal really is to help supplement the produce consumption at the RV4 cafe. But separate from that, the goal is to really bring the community adventures together. So far, we've met with RV facilities and even with local government. That ended up working out pretty smoothly.
I am organizing a clothing swap to reduce fast fashion. RVers can come, bring their clothes, and swap them throughout the week.
We've just gotten approval. The goal is definitely by Earth Week to welcome volunteers to the garden. Now everything is sort of well in motion.
When it comes to issues as big as protecting the environment, individual contributions don't always feel impactful, but when we compound that change across the organization, it can make a big difference.
I'm hoping that this will inspire people in other offices. These kinds of initiatives are replicable wherever you live.
I've learned how helpful people at RV can be. Anyone, both at your level or senior leaders, would be happy to open a door and get you started on your journey to making a change.
I've been able to meet amazing people or adventures that I wouldn't normally interact with. That's been the best part of this whole thing.
So yes, it turns out that this story was about croutons, and plates, and book clubs, and the environment. But mostly, it was about making things happen, and the community you can build along the way. Ready to make something happen? Well, you know what to do.